See, and when people see you, they don't really understand the you that you portray. Now we talked about the griot being being the library of music, which is a library of evolution and culture.
Correct.
You are a well-learned man too.
Absolutely.
So do you know about the Stone Library?
The Stone Library? No, tell me about that.
The Stone Library was Peter, second man in charge under Christ. Let me tell you
about in the Bible.
Yes.
Okay, so I was brought up Muslim.
Even better, because then we talk about the Chronicles of Esau right behind it. So then, when we talk about Peter as the Stone Library, right? His name was Cephas, by the way.
Cephas.
So when we talk about him, we talk about that person who not only could chronicle what was there, he lived it and took it within his heart, and that's what made that a Stone Library.
Yes, sir.
Which means that the story was heavy, it was pronounced, and you couldn't change it, and because it was there, it was living knowledge. Since you put hip hop into your life, how have you taken where you're from to be the living knowledge of hip hop now as who you are?
Okay. So we're gonna have to start at the beginning for that. We're gonna go back to the beginning again. Sunset Avenue, 104 Sunset Avenue. My brothers, Hafiz, Matt, Ibn Ali, Hassan Ali, TT, Bess. All of those people names that I just said were like prophets in the neighborhood, in the community. And I was a young sponge. I was a young pupil coming up around all this era. Akbar Parade coming through. You know what I mean? We could go to the, all of these different individuals coming around, and I'm just a young sponge, and two roads diverge. It's like you either go down that road or you go on another road. And one thing that like you said, I'm a learned man. I'm well read, well traveled, well cultured, and that all happened through to the individuals that was around me. My mom, rest in peace to my Umi, my brother. You know what I mean? These were the individuals who instilled in me those principles, and that's what I carry on tradition. That's why I call myself the young griot, with a knowledge like a library, coming to the masses to bring them something epic. Something epic, something different, cultural.
Well, here's the hidden knowledge of a library that most people don't really pay attention to, but is most necessary. What do you go to a library for?
For multiple different things.
What's the main thing you go to the library for?
Get books.
Knowledge.
Knowledge
Knowledge is found in books.
Books.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
And to be knowledgeable means you have to have the spirit of the book within you.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Islam real quick. The Quran says that a man can't know Allah unless he knows the Torah, the Injil, and then come full circle to the Quran.
Correct.
That's Jewish, Christian, and Muslim.
Correct.
All in all, it's giving homage to the God of Abraham. No. Is it Abraham? Isaac?
Abraham, Gabriel.
Talk to me, because I'm using this for a reason. Go ahead.
Okay. You talking to
the sons of Abraham, Jacob, and
Ishmael.
Okay, so now
Umar.
So let's stop there.
Umar.
Either way you look at it, whether you celebrate the 12 tribes of Ishmael or the 12 tribes of Israel, it's a family lineage of knowledge that goes from the teachings and the identification of parables and sayings that people live by.
Absolutely.
That's hip hop.
That's right, Shaky Moo. Absolutely, Shaky Moo. That's Loopy.
That's hip hop. What was the one song or one thing that opened hip hop to you to make you start documenting your life differently?
Tell you the truth, to be honest, it was Shook Ones.
Part 2? Got you stuck off the realness?
Yeah.
The infamous?
Yes.
Okay. How did that make you change your life to know that now you're hip hop and not just a person who likes music?
Yes. Again, we have to go back. Like I said, I was from 4th to 8th grade, I was in the North Boys Chorus School. I was doing classical music, contemporary music, gospel, opera, you know, singing in a 4-part harmony in a choir.
Harmony.
And during that time,
Yes.
I'm engulfed in Mozart and different music. I'm not really. I'm hearing my brother bump EPMD and Rakim and all that in the room, but I'm so oblivious to that because I'm like, yo, I gotta study this Ave Maria to go do this Christmas concert. Well, you know what I mean? So I was oblivious, and I was so engulfed into what the music that I was in school dealing with. I wasn't even rocking with hip hop like that as a youngster. Like, you know what I mean? In my household, I heard so much different music from, you know, I'm from the Caribbean, so I heard reggae, soca, and they was playing the soul, and then my brother in there playing, you know, EPMD and hip hop, and then I go downstairs and they was Haitian and they playing compa, and I'm downstairs listening to the compa and different shit like that. So it was just a mirage, a collage of different, a mosaic of music. And so all that instills and comes in, you know, what you get today with me, with my music.
All right, so let's cut to the heart of the matter because we're dancing around the issue. What is hip hop?
Hip hop is to move, to know, to be knowledgeable. It's a culture, a lifestyle. That's what hip hop is.
And that's where you shortchange what hip hop is because you're absolutely completely wrong.
Okay.
When a person says that they are hip hop, they're not saying I am a culture. You live within a culture.
Absolutely.
When a person says I am hip hop, they're not saying I am dance and I am music or I'm the way I wear my pants or my shades.
Okay.
No, that's
Absolutely.
part of the culture.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you why you're hip hop and you didn't even really recognize it because maybe it was too big for the common person to recognize their own greatness.
Teach me, beloved.
Hip hop is God. Now let's break this down to perfect elements. I'm gonna give you 3 instances of God's work, and I'm gonna put it within you right now.
like that.
So then you can tell me about the song "Elevated Thoughts" because you talked about it. So
He did his
here we
homework.
go. When you walk in life, what do you take?
Steps.
When you write music on lines, what is it called? What are those lines called? Come on, music man.
What staff?
They call it the steps.
The steps?
Yes.
Okay.
So whenever you walk through life, you go through a journey to get principle. When you make music, you walk through sound to make harmony.
Harmony.
Okay. You said harmony, right?
Harmony.
All right. So what is harmony? Harmony is peace, right?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. That's one form of harmony. Harmony is also when all circuits, currents, and joints work together to make a perfect body.
Correct.
So your endocrine system, your respiratory system, your reproductive system, your oxygenated blood system. That's harmony.
Absolutely.
So when God said we had harmony, didn't mean only what we hear, it's also how we live. Last part, and this is the most important part. How important is the drum to a beat?
It's the foundation.
It's the heart.
Right.
So what is the heart? It's the drum that beats to the rhythm of your life that keeps you alive. So you were hip hop from the day you were conceived.
Boom. Right.
You manifested hip hop the day you created sound. Now all hip hop isn't just music, but that's what makes it a culture.
Let's go, shaky boom.
So then to be a king, that means you have to embody the part of the culture that you choose to master.
Absolutely.
Now in the song The Elevated Thoughts, you talked about mastery over something that tried to hold your sound back. What was it? And tell me how dope Elevated Thoughts is.
Sitting in the room. Oh, hold on, it got me stuck real quick with Elevated Thoughts.
Great song. I love the beat. Very jazzy.
You gotta play it real quick for me. You gotta
come
play it
on
for
now.
me. You gotta play it for me.
What is the elevated thought of an MC?
The Elevated Thoughts. Now, you saying the concept of that song,
Yes.
or just
Yes,
or
talk
the
about
MC?
it.
Right. Elevated Thoughts was conceptual. Was more like a retrospective thought of me thinking back to about my brother, about my mother, about the time that what was happening at that time of me reminiscing on what was going on in my life. It was kind of a low point, a shallow point, just separated from my baby moms, and me just thinking about everything about my life and where I had to go and what I had to do. So like you said, it was that higher thought, going to that next level, that next being, and just letting the people know how I felt at that moment.
You wear your hip hop on your sleeve because I can tell you're not afraid to let people into your inner mind, but you're also not afraid to let people understand that you're building your bigger soul.
Correct.
The Heaven and Hell video showed me that.
Ooh.
Shout out to my man Cliff, yo.
Absolutely. That's my brother. That's my brother.
So even in that video, from the conversation piece of where you're going and it being your choice, even to the many graves that you show and the principality of the cathedral, because you could be there and you cannot be in there.
Right.
I caught that from the video.
Right.
Why is it important for King Pikeezy to let the people know not only is he human, but he's also a conceptualized thinker that gives thought as well?
Correct. Absolutely, because I always want people to I want to be thought provoking. I always want you, when you hear my music, you're not gonna just hear it as like, oh, I'm just swagging out, or it's just a vibe. You're gonna think about something, and it's gonna give you some content. Like you said, heaven or hell, life is what you make it. Like life is what you make it. You could have heaven or hell on this planet. And I mean, some people say we living in hell. We already living in hell, and we don't even ascend to heaven or to that place until you die and decease. So like you said, when they hear my music, they always gonna get something thought provoking. They always gonna get some substance. They're gonna say, oh, he knows something. He's not just rapping. He's not just putting words together to make it sound cool.
From the man who said, if I get $1 million, I'm gonna give $1 million to each of my baby mamas, and talk about sending his kids to college, but knowledge is the thing that's gonna make them great.
Exactly.
And we're gonna come back with knowledge on part 3 of this episode.
Boom.
Thank you for watching our presentation. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube family and hit the notification bell for updates. Please like, comment, and share this video.